Hello, welcome to the camper build continues, should I say. The camper van is continuing. I've just relaid my floor. I've just put a plywood floor in, done some full insulation with PAR board and closed cell foam, and now I want to work on this little area here, because this little area here I did a bit of a temporary job on it when I put the single seats in. And what I did was I just sort of basically laid a bit of plastic in between and stuck a carpet mat over the top like that. Yeah, but it's not good enough. I need to do a better job. And speaking to, I think it's Si on the Facebook group, he's actually put a plywood proper step in here. So I'm going to do that by basically using a flat edge. I'm going to put some 6mm bits of ply in between these screws, and then I'm going to bond this down to the floor, and then I'm going to attach a piece of plywood across the top of this so it's nice and solid, so when we walk on it, and then underneath where it flexes I'm going to take this out and put some battens in there to stop it from flexing in the middle. So that's the job. I'm not going to talk all the way through it. I'm just going to crack on and get this done because I need to, and yeah, I'll switch you on as and when, just to tell you what it is I'm doing. But yeah, first thing I've got to do is just trim these bits of plywood down between these bolt holes and just attach these bits of ply with some sticky Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff. You know, the stuff we use to stick the buttons down for the floor. Obi-Wan. Stick these down to the floor, attach them to the bottom of the hair first, and then stick them down to the floor, and then this batten will be solid, and then I can carry on with the plywood at some other point. So there's my little bits of plywood laid out. So all the bolts now, all the holes in between, which I did Sikaflex all those holes up, are now left there. And then I can now mark this out with this batten like that. I can now mark along and show where I want to put these bits of wood. And then what I do is I just put a couple of screws in the bottom, screw them on, and then bond this to the actual van, and we should be quite solid then. Put a nice bit of plywood over the top, because we're going to have a plywood front on it as well, so this is going to give us a nice square step edge across there going into the cab of the van. That's my piece of wood with all the little notches out of it. You can see what sit over these bolt holes. That then is just going to get bonded to there and stuck to that. So now I can use that to just keep it in place and show me where it's going to fit. And we should be alright. It should look quite good, because we're going to have a whole plywood face on here, to be honest. It's going to go right up the sides, I think. So I think that's going to work just nicely. Stick that to that end, that to that end. Yeah, just going to look good. Right, now what I want to try and work out is where to put the plywood over the top. How to, you know, where am I going to go to? So I think I'm going to get a piece of cardboard out. Use that for something to sit on. We'll get a piece of cardboard out and try and cut a piece of cardboard around this shape. I'm actually going to run it around the handbrake and behind the back of the seat, and then behind the back of the seat here, so it goes all the way across. And then I'm going to put some sound insulation underneath that then, and some insulate foam, so that it gives us that even extra bit of insulated floor, because this is all metal under here, so we might as well cover it all up. And that's a bit of dead space as well that we don't need. So yeah, a little bit of insulation under there. Maybe that the rest of the stuff that I've used on the floor, stick that down. We should be pretty good to go then. So I've cut my template out of cardboard, and this is a really nice and easy way of doing it, because if you do make a mistake, you're not ruining sheets and plywood and stuff like that. So by cutting it out of cardboard, I can then fettle this with a pen and just try and get this even more perfect than what it should be. I'm happy with my line on this side. That's pretty good. That's pretty nice. It's pretty good against the handbrake plastic, but I have got a big gap here, so I've made a mistake here somehow. The rest of it's pretty good going back this way. I'm going to have a batten underneath there, I think, as well, to keep that from sort of bending, but I can soon put something underneath there. The distance looks pretty good going in here, and it looks pretty good around the front of the handbrake. So I'm actually quite impressed with that so far. I just need to work out what I've done wrong there, and then just make that a little bit bigger. But I think if I cut that out of plywood, that would actually be pretty good. I just need to work out how to get it in though, around the handbrake. So I want to put a radius in these two corners. So I want a radius in this corner, and a radius in this corner, a radius in this corner, and a radius in that corner, because they're the ones that are going to look tidy. I'll probably put a radius in. I can't put one in there, but I can go in that direction, maybe a little bit more around the edges just to clean the edges up, around there like that. But, and of course around that one and around that one. But what I am thinking is I'm going to probably have to take this section off here, the bit that goes in front of the handbrake. I think I'm going to have to go straight across, because there's no way I can bend this around the handbrake. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it on for now, try it, and then I think I'm going to have to just chop that off in front, but I think that'll be fine. But yes, to get a radius on the corners where I want to go round the actual handbrake, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to use a hole cutter. I'm going to put it just inside where I want it to be, and when I drill down, you'll see the corners then come to the edge of where I want the radius to be, and I'll get a clean radius. So I'll go through this way, through from underneath on all the corners, and then get a jigsaw out and start cutting it all out. Alright, my bit of plywood's cut. It looks quite smart really, doesn't it? The problem is, like I said, I don't think I can get it around the handbrake. I'm going to try, but I don't think it'll go around the handbrake. Let's see if we can manoeuvre it in. No, it's not. There's no way I can get this in there. I think I'm going to have to chop it off. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to chop it off straight through, which is a bit of a shame. I'm going to leave a bit on. I'm going to leave a bit on for now, see if I can tuck that around the handbrake, and then see what happens with that. So this was only going to be a 5-minute one, and for you it probably is only a 5-minute one, but for me it's taking a little bit longer. But I have actually got this in place now, and as you can see, that fits up nicely against that batten that's going to run up this side. I think that's going to be a nice finish there. And again, it might have like an edge, metal edge trim over the top of that, just to make sure it doesn't get damaged. But that's nice and solid now to walk on. Should be fine. And what I've done on the inside, what I've done down here is I've cut that little piece off, and then what I'll do probably is just double-sided sticky tape or some velcro that piece into that corner, so this goes underneath the carpet, so I can actually staple this down to the actual carpet. But we've got a rug that's going to go right over the top of this. It goes all the way around both sides and comes all the way around to the back here, so this should look okay. This should look okay just as it is, but it does go in, it does fit, and it does give us a nice solid. I don't even think we need battens underneath here, because we're not really standing on there. If anything, that's somewhere to put your feet when you're sitting on the chair when they swivel the seat round. And this side again, we're not standing on that side, so I don't think we need anything on that side either. But I will just see if I've got a batten that fits the same size that I can attach to the underside of the plywood, and then it'll just sit there and just take up that slack. But yeah, once it's screwed down, I think that'll be pretty excellent. Right, I think I've got everything in place now. So my batten with a little noggin to sit on the top of that metal rail over the top of the screws. I put a little block in here so that when this is pushed in here, it just stops it from tipping back down underneath. So that'll be fine there, because that's where you're going to be putting your feet. I'm not going to worry too much about this side, but I have put a little tiny block of wood on the back there. I think that's just going to help push it down in that corner, but there's a lot of cables and everything down underneath this side. This is where all your main battery cables are, because the battery's underneath here, so I'm not going to put too much in there. I've got a block here, and I'm also going to put a pad on there, and that's what that's going to do then, is when this goes across and sits on there, it gives you something to stabilise it underneath. But once it's on the front of there and on the front back here, there's a little bit of flex on this carpet, so this is going to take out the flex once it gets to there. So that's just an added little bit of a packer really that I'm just going to glue on that side, because it is a bit flexible. Like I said, there are cables underneath there. I think I've done it all. I've treated the wood at the moment. I've just give it a coat of the Thompson water treatment that I used on the floor. So hopefully that'll just add a little bit of protection to the wood, just in case it does get wet. If we spill a drop of water in there, as we spill a drink or something, it might just help that. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's ready to go in. So I'm going to Sikaflex these. I'm going to use the OB1 stick these down in their places, and then hopefully the plywood will just sit on there tomorrow, and that's it, job done. So let's get some glue on the bottom, let's get these attached, and then we can screw the plywood in. I mean, I don't even have to attach the ones at the front, to be honest, but I will put a little tiny bit underneath just to stick them down to stop them from creaking. Right, so it's another day and another evening, and I've just come out just to finish off my step, and as you can see here, it's looking rather quite splendid. I've got the plywood now cut to size sitting on top. I've got a nice piece of plywood to go along the front edge as well. This is all going to be, I might change this to the furnishing board once I've got the furnishings in here, but at the moment this is a nice way of protecting the metalwork and the step by putting this front edge on it, and it just finishes off the front of the van for now while we're working on it and doing what we've got to do. So yeah, basically what I did was cut my piece of plywood. I'm going to lift it out and show you what's underneath before I screw it down. Bit of plywood, nicely cut and trimmed to size, and then underneath here, as you can see, it's looking all white. I've put some of that recycled bottle foam underneath, and there's a few bits of the closed cell foam that I put packing down anywhere where I can see floor and metalwork. So I've put that underneath purely just to give us a bit of insulation if there's any cold coming up through the metalwork underneath the floor. It just seems silly not to put a bit of insulation under there when I'm covering it up. There's no bare metal under there, so I don't really need to put anything else under there. And I've kept the original bit of carpet in there as well. So that's the job done. It looks pretty smart. All I've got to do now is put 2 or 3 screws in it and just to keep it in place really while we're walking on it and getting up and down. This will be covered in like a black matting. I've got some proper black mat, and what I'll do is when I've finished I'll actually trim the mat like that's going in the garage, and I'll trim it all down so this is all covered in this black anti-slip tread plate sort of matting as well. That way it will be easy to walk on and stop you from slipping on it when we're stepping in and out the back. So I've got myself some little gold screws, and I've also got a countersunk bit as well. I've got one of these drill countersunk bits that can go in the end, but I don't think they're probably going to need it because these little screws pull in quite nicely. I'm only going to put a few in just to hold it in place while we're actually working on it. Like I say, I'm going to be covering this up eventually, so hopefully this will just keep it there and stop it from moving around. Just that one screw in there makes all the difference, I've got to admit. One last thing that I'm going to do just to finish it all off to make sure it doesn't get damaged is once I've got all this proper plywood in and this has got the mat down on top of it, I'm actually going to put a metal strip down so the mat will run something similar to this one. We've also got carpets that's going to go in, I think I've mentioned them before, so the mat will be something similar to this, and then this will go down over the matting, and you can see there how nice and finished that's look. So you get this anti-slip stuff there when we're walking in between. It's nice and solid underneath your feet. You've got a little tread there to sit on when you're sitting on the swivel seat. When it spins round, we've got somewhere to put our feet on this edge, and this metal edge will just protect all the edge of the metal work like I've done on the edge of the van. So yeah, I just need a longer piece to fit across there, screw it on, and then we've got this nice solid finished inner step. Hopefully this has been helpful. I changed the seat. If you want to watch me changing the seat, there's another video out. I'll put it up in the corner for you so you can have a look. And yeah, how to repair the centre of the van. Job's done. See you next time when we're doing, oh, I think I've got insulation to do. I've made a start on it. I just need to carry on at the weekend. See you soon. Oh, and just a quick one. If you've done a similar job to yours, if you've repaired the centre part of your walkthrough when you've put single seats in, let me know how you've done it. I'd love to see some pictures. So I've got a bit of an update on my floor that I put down in between my seats. If you remember me doing this, I actually laid the floor, the step, that goes through the cab between our single seats. I've actually laid some rubber matting now on the top of this and finished it off with an aluminium strip. It tucks underneath the carpet at the front, which is quite nice, and it wraps round underneath the handbrake, and it wraps all the way around the back of the seats. And what I'm going to do as well at some point, I'm going to use the same matting that covers up the battery tray underneath the front seat as well. So this matting is going to be exactly the same with this penny matting, and it's going to go on the top of here. So it's just a bit of an update on the end of the video to show you what it looks like when it's finished. All I did was pull out the plywood, cut round the actual rubber matting. The matting I got from Amazon. I'll put a link for it down in the description with everything else. And yeah, ever so cheap, 20 quid, and it looks fantastic. Job done.